Welcome back, Team Budget. This is your boy, RawSangan. And if you guys don't know who I am, go check out my channel. The link should be in the description down below.
It's time! Let's go!
And also, I heard you guys like budget decks. And I have the perfect budget deck for you guys. This deck is guaranteed you get price support at locals. This deck is guaranteed to get your invite once regional kicks back in. This deck is guaranteed to steal your best friend's girl. It also, not even lying, it will steal that magic girl that's playing magic. It will steal her too. And if that sounds interesting, let's go check out this deck profile. Alright, so we play 3 Fluffal dogs. If you guys don't know what Fluffal dog does, when he's normal or special summon, you get to search a Fluffal monster or Edgem Savers. And you know that's only once per turn. We play 3 Fluffal penguins. Fluffal penguin, when he's fusion summoned for a Fryford monster, you can draw 2 cards and discard 1. And that's a hard once per turn. His soft once per turn is when he's on the field, you can special summon a Fluffal monster from your hand, and that's a soft once per turn. So, and that effect gets abused quite a bit with this deck. So we play 2 Fluffal bears. Bear's effect is you can discard him to set a toy vendor, or if he's on the field, you can tribute him to grab a polymerization from the graveyard. So we play 1 Fluffal cheap. If you control a Fluffal monster, you can special summon him. Then you can activate its effect to bounce a Fluffal monster to your hand and special summon an Edgent monster from your hand or graveyard to the field. So we play 1 Fluffal wings. And a lot of Fluffal players like to play 2 to 3 wings. I like to play it at 1, just because this how this current format is shifting. And if you guys want to know more of why I play it at more specific detail, just come check out my channel. I get more detail with Fluffals. So I play 1 Fluffal owl. It lets you search for polymerization, and his other effect is you can pay 500 life points to basically just fusion summon from the field or hand. So it plays around in Purger Order and Anti-Spell Fragrance. I play 1 Fluffal Dolphin. Its effect is if you control a toy vendor if you have a toy vendor in your graveyard, you can set it. Then you set a Fluffal monster from your deck to the graveyard or Edgem Savers. Also, when he's fusion away, you can put any fusion spell card or polymerization from the graveyard back to your deck. So it gets to recycle Fryford Fusion, but we'll get there, when we get there. So we play 3 Edgem Chains. He searches any Fryford card. So a lot of times we're searching for Patchwork or Fryford Fusion or Fryford Repair. So he's one of the most broken cards in the deck, as one of the cards you want to open up with. Alright, and his other effect is if he attacks, he can search another Edgent monster. Edgent Chain has to be him. So you play 1 Edgent Savers. He's like Play Spreader. You put a card on top of your deck, you special summon him in defense mode. He can only be used once per turn. He doesn't get banished like Play Spreader does. We played 3 Edgent Scythes. It's like a hand trap. It lets you fusion summon from your hand on your opponent's main phase, and you don't need polymerization. And a lot of times we're making Fryford well, and so we can pop a card on your opponent's side of the field. And there's other interactions you can do, but we'll get there later. So because this is a Dragon Link format and Infernal Noble, I played 3 Drone Lockbird. This deck does a lot for Dragon Link and does some stuff for Infernal Noble, but I just rather play this because Dragon Link is probably the hardest matchup here, just because it has the Buster Lock. If it didn't have the Buster Lock, I don't even care about their freaking Savage Dragon. I don't care about the Herald. But I do care about their Buster Dragon or Luster Dragon, whatever it's called, that lock. You can't go to the extra deck. So we play Artifact Scythe because we don't want our opponent to go to the extra deck either. And so we have this set and we just use Egypt Scythe to make Fright for Well 2-pop Scythe on our opponent's turn to lock him out. So that's one of the cool interactions that we have with Scythe. So we play 3 Toy Vendor. Toy Vendor, when he hits the graveyard, you get to search a Fluffal monster or an Egypt Saver. You can do as many times as you can send it to the graveyard. Also, you can once per turn, you can send a card from your hand to the graveyard, draw a card. And if it's a Fluffal monster, you can special summon any cards from your hand. If it's not, it goes to the graveyard. So we play 3 Foolish Goods because we're trying to send a Toy Vendor to the graveyard, so we get that searching effect. We play 3 Patchwork. Patchwork, it lets you grab a Polymerization or an Egypt monster. So we play 3 Polymerization. You know, this is a fusion deck, so this is a necessary thing. We play 1 Fright for Repair. Fright for Repair, you can activate it, return a Fright for Fusion monster back to the extra deck, and special summon a Fluffal monster from the graveyard. Or if this card's in the graveyard, you can banish it to special summon a Fluffal monster from your hand. So we play 1 Fright for Repair. This card is like Miracle Fusion. You can banish materials from the field or deck to the graveyard to fusion summon a Fright for monster. So because this is team budget, we play 3 Super Polys. Super Polys is amazing in breaking boards. These cards are like at $2, $3 max. It's getting reprinted so many times. So, but if you guys have the funds, this deck abuses forbidden droplets like nothing. And I will replace the Super Polymerization with droplets. It's because you can send Toy Vendor to the graveyard, you can send Chain to the graveyard, and they get their effects and get to negate cards. So, budget, not budget. So for the extra deck, we played 3 Fright for Whales. Well, when he's fusion summoned, you can destroy a card from your side of the field or your opponent's side of the field. That's how we pop the Scythe. Also, he has another effect that he can target a fusion monster and send a Fright for card from the extra deck to the graveyard or main deck to the graveyard, and it gains half its original attack. So it's a good effect to activate in the damage step. We play 1 Fright for Kraken, and we play 1 Fright for Sabertooth. So Kraken, he can send one of your opponent's monsters to the graveyard, but if you do that, this copy cannot attack your opponent directly. It can attack twice, and also at the end of the battle phase, you can switch them to defense mode. So a lot of times we're making Sabertooth after we use his sending effect. Sabertooth's effect is you can Monster Reborn a Fright for monster from your graveyard, and it gives all your Fright for monster 400 attack. And if you use like 3 cards to make them, like let's say Kraken and 2 Fluffal monsters, he becomes undestructible by monsters and card effects. So we play 1 Fright for Tiger. For the Exceeds, we play 1 True Kings of Cladamies. I don't know how to really pronounce it. I just know how to make them. And this card is a rank 9, so you make 2 whales, and basically you lock your opponent out. So we play 1 Tornado Dragon. Sometimes we can't pop the Scythe because we don't have the Egypt Saver, the Egypt Scythe monster, whatever. So we just make Dragon and pop it to make sure Scythe resolves. We play 1 Totally Awesome, and you probably can see in the screen that we play 1 Bahamas Shark. Penguin and Dolphin are water monsters, so there you go. We play 1 Artifact Dangna. That's how we get the Scythe from the deck, just so we can set it. 1 Apollosa. And this car is cheap now. It's like $10 for the Mega Tin ones, and it's getting reprinted in the Gold Series. So I don't want to hear excuses saying Appaloosa is expensive. Come on, Team Budget. This is an extremely budget deck. So we play one cross sheep, and because we're playing Super Poly, we play the Starting Venom and we play the Mud Dragon. So I want to say this deck altogether is probably like definitely under $40. I would say it's probably like in around the $30 range, or even cheaper, because like a lot of these cards got reprinted. This is probably the most expensive card in the deck right now. Is Jordan Lockbird, and that's saying a lot. And Jordan Lockbird is getting reprinted again, so this deck is super budget. And like I said, this deck is really cute, and it goes really well with October theme right now, because you know we're in the spooky season, and all these Frightfur monsters are, you know, they go from cute to terrifying. So yeah, so don't forget to check out my channel, RawSangan. Check out my website, rawsangan.com. We got some cool Fluffal merch. So yeah, just comment down below about how did you like this video.